Hey guys, it's Cryptorocko. Apologies for the delay. I was planning to go live at 3 o'clock. It's running a bit late, but if you guys can just give me a shout to say that you can hear me all, and then I can start the stream. Just give a like at the bottom to say that you can see me, you can hear me, then I can go live. Looks like you guys can hear me, so I'll be starting in the next couple of minutes. Yeah, just give it a thumbs up or a like just to confirm that you can hear me before I can start the stream properly. So I've got all your questions. I'm going to go through all your questions. It might take a bit of time. These are all the questions you've sent me. I'm going to go through them all. It might take a bit longer, but I'll make sure I stay an hour or however long it takes. And then if you have any questions going forward, I'm going to look at your questions there as well. So the first questions I was asked is a Bitcoin update, how I set up my trading view. I'll look at everything for you, and then if you have any other questions or you want me to look at any other altcoins, comment below, and I will have a look at them. So guys, to start off, let's have a quick look at Bitcoin. So overall time frame, guys, from whenever you start trading, you need to look at from a high time frame, and the first thing you need to look at is the monthly or the weekly time frame. And without a shadow of a doubt, when you look at this chart, it's bullish. So high time frame, I am very bullish on Bitcoin. So that's the main thing to do. So whatever analysis I do from a high time frame, I need to look that is bullish. And again, I'm talking mainly from a trading point of view. From an investment point of view, I'm even more bullish on Bitcoin. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about today, the high time frame. And once I've talked about the high time frames, then I can start to go into the lower time frame and give you guys updates on what Bitcoin is doing. So let's have a look at the weekly now that we've looked at the monthly. So on the weekly time frame, what I'm looking at is this triangle structure. So Bitcoin had like a fake breakout and it's gone above. So a simple terms, if you know simple technical analysis, what we look for is when we going up, we want to see volume, and we saw a lot of volume, and now the volume is going down. That is exactly what you want to see. So when the price is going up, you want to see big volume, and when the price is going down, you don't want to see as much volume. So this is exactly what we saw. Excuse me guys, I'm getting a couple of questions, so let me have a quick look at a couple of questions. Just give me 2 seconds. Apologies for the delay again. I need to get used to doing live streams a bit more, so I'm used to this. It's the first live stream I've done in a while, so I'm having some issues. Right, let's get into this. I'm just gonna go through with any. If you have any issues, just comment below, guys. So I know if you have any issues hearing me. So this is what we're looking at for Bitcoin. So the simple thing is the monthly trend is up, the weekly trend is up. So my bias in Bitcoin is up. But if we break below this sort of red zone that I've drawn, then there are a couple of support levels at 9,500 and 9,100 levels. But if they break, then Bitcoin could be going down to the 7,000, 8,000 level. And I think a lot of people are waiting to buy Bitcoin here. So if Bitcoin goes down here, so my ideal scenario for Bitcoin would be a spike down here and then up. And we've seen it happen loads of times when it was going up. You can see a spike below and goes up. And my goal would be to buy Bitcoin around. I'm getting comments from somewhere. My preferred scenario would be a dip below. People would get bearish. People would be like, oh, it's not going to work. And then I would like to buy just above it, and I'd go up. Let me just. I've been told that people can't hear me. people are saying it's working, so I'm not sure. It might be just you, mate. Yes, I've had few comments now that it's working, so it might be just you, Anthony, that it's not working. Right, apologies again. So this would be my ideal scenario. So if Bitcoin breaks out, where would I look to buy? So all my past updates, I've said these are some Fibonacci levels that I've got on my chart, and these are two levels I've had on my chart for a while, and they have been working really well. So you can see this green zone, I had it drawn from back then. It's always maintained it. It couldn't get above it, fell below. Couldn't get above it, fell below. This is where I was a bit worried to see what happened. It spiked below, it went up. Where it did it stop? It stopped exactly at the green zone, and it's potentially finding support at the red zone. But I've posted this chart in the free Facebook group that I've got a free Facebook group if you're interested in joining. I'll leave the links below. I bought it here to break out, nice little trade. But what we want to see is a follow through. If we don't see follow through, this might be quite bad. So what we need to see is now follow through. From a high time frame point of view, it is still looking bullish, and like I said, my ideal scenario would be deep dip below and nice spike up, and I'd like to get in. I've got orders down below here as well. And from a bearish point of view would be if we get down to the 9,000 level, guys, 9,500 level. I don't think this level will hold. If you compare this chart, this structure to back when Bitcoin was at 6k, sort of similar structure, kept coming to this level, and then it broke down. So this might do something like that again. If it comes below here again, I think it might dip below, and this will be the level I'll be looking to buy. I don't think Bitcoin will go below the 7,600 7,500 level. There will definitely be a bounce again. I'm not sure if the bounce will take us to new highs, but Bitcoin will definitely get a big bounce at this level. So that is my update on Bitcoin. So let's start looking at the questions you've sent me. Litecoin, yeah, Litecoin is a coin that I'm interested in. I'm in Litecoin and Ethereum. The reason I got into Litecoin and Ethereum, if you check my trend video, the crypto analysis trend trading video, if you check that video out, I've got a video on trend on the crypto educational course where I talked about Ethereum and Litecoin potentially breaking out, and I'm in both of them now. Ethereum especially had a nice follow through above that red zone, and if you're interested in more about that course, you can check out the link, my crypto trading course. But in simple terms, I'll review it now. Is a higher high, higher low, and a higher high. So this red zone is almost the breaking point of the higher high, and you can see it tried to break, it couldn't, it came below, and then boom, a nice breakout, and that was a nice little trade. It's above the 236 level. So Ethereum is looking quite good. And why am I so interested in Ethereum? Because when Ethereum does well against Bitcoin, especially the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, when this chart is an uptrend like in here, or when we had an altcoin season, this is when we get the altcoin season. So I'm very interested in altcoins. And from a trading point of view, check out my trading video. I made a fundamental analysis on ADA and VET. So from a trading point of view, I'm mainly in EOS. If you check out my top 5 coins for this month, EOS is one of them, and that's performed really well. And it had a perfect trading setup for us as well. If you've been following my strategy, there's been some nice trade setup, especially this one. This is the one that I took. This was a nice setup. And again here as well, if you go into the shorter time frame, this played out really well as well. So let's have a look at the next question. How do I set up my trading view? So it depends on whether you have a paid account or a free account. If you have got a free account, I think there's a limit to how many indicators you can have on your chart. But if you use my trading strategy, so this is sort of my Rocko template 101. This is the template I use. I have my own indicator that I've created. I usually like to have the ATR sometimes I don't. Then I like to have the RSI, and this is my chart with two main moving averages, 20 moving average and the green moving average. What I will do is I'm going to get rid of everything. Actually, let me go on to a different Bitcoin chart. I'll go on to a different Bitcoin chart, get rid of everything, and then I'll show you how I set up for my trading analysis. With all indicators, all drawings. So this is, if you open a trading view chart, this is what you'll see. First thing I like to do is draw the support and resistance level. Again, I've got a video where I teach you exactly how to draw support and resistance level. So that's the first thing I like to do. Once I've drawn my support and resistance level, I like to put my indicators on. So from an indicators, guys, you put the moving average. So I use the EMA and the moving average. Let's take these two on. So for the EMA, I usually have 20 moving average. That is my strategy, pull back to 20 moving average. Yeah, I will have a look at link, mate. I'm gonna go through the questions that's been sent to me by the group, so I'm gonna answer these questions, and then link is on the list. I'm definitely gonna look at link for you as well, Paul. And 200 MA. So basically this is what I have on my chart. I have the other, I'll go back to my template, but you have this chart too. So if you use my trend trading strategy, you wait for to get above the moving average. So again, on Bitcoin, you wait for it to get above 20, so the trend is moving up, you buy a pullback. And if you're scalping, you have the 50 EMA as well. So when 20 is above the 50, you try to buy pullbacks, and when 20 is below the 50, you try to sell. So this is what I have, and I also have the RSI indicator. So in simple terms, guys, this is what your chart would look like. So this is how, if you were trading using my strategy, this is the setup I'll have. And then you can use, your RSI. I've not released this video on YouTube. It's in my educational group, the RSI video. So what I talk about is kind of RSI ticking up. People usually use this, but I use RSI about 5-6 different ways. It's usually the way people use it is if it's oversold, people sell. If it's overbought, people buy. But if you see that it was really oversold here, if you sold it here, it carried on higher for another 5% before it went down. Or if you bought it here, this would have actually worked, but this would not have worked. But if you use it with the moving average strategy, so here it's pull back to moving average, RSI is oversold. If you buy it here with the stop below, that would have been a winning trade. So that is the first question answered, how I set up my trading view. This is how I set up my trading view, and then you draw your support and resistance line. So if I was drawing a support and resistance, simple way, this is a zone. You can see the price failed here, price jumped above there, and you draw your trend lines as well. You can see the trend line working quite well in this. So this sort of triangle structure that Bitcoin is in, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for what Bitcoin does here, how it breaks out. So these are a few things I look at, and then I look at the RSI levels on the weekly and daily time frames as well to tell me what Bitcoin might be doing. So this is the first question answered. Let's have a look at the second questions. So that's the first question was Bitcoin update. I gave you guys a Bitcoin update. A few people asking me about altcoins. I would say look at my videos. I mean, I've got so many videos. If you check out my previous couple of videos, guys, you'll find out is it all videos. So let's have a look. If you look at, has the altcoins started yet? Altcoin season started yet? This video will give you an update on my thoughts on altcoin seasons. And then if you look at the top 5 coins, these are some fundamental video. This is literally not about chart. This is about fundamental analysis. And if you look at the top 5 altcoins to buy, I talked about EOS, buying EOS and REN. These videos was updated a while back before it actually pumped. So that was a nice call on the EOS. So let's have a look at the third question. Which coins do you look at? So this is my watch list. I've shared this with you guys in the Facebook group before. So I update my watch list probably every week or when there's a coin that come up. So I usually have, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP. These are the main ones that, everyone looks at. So I always have these coins. And then I've got coins that like to pump. So BNB is another very important coin. BNB, if you look at the higher time frame, BNB was the main bull this year. So let me go back to my template. It's changed my moving averages. I need to sort that out. But yeah, so this is if you look at BNB, guys. Yeah, BNB will pump. I'm definitely looking at BNB. I'm definitely interested in BNB at the moment, and I'm definitely going to look to buy BNB again. Yeah, I bought it here, as you can see if you've been following me for a while. I'm going to look to buy BNB at least for a small bounce, about 20% bounce trade, and if it does carry on, it will be a great trade. So Binance coin, I have Binance coin. ADA is a coin I like fundamentally, and all these coins. Poly is a coin that I like fundamentally. XLM, this coin likes to pump. Theta is pumped few times, as you can see. Theta is a coin that definitely likes to pump, even in the so-called bear market. This coin pumped hard a couple of times, so I like to have that. Raven coin, again, another coin that likes to pump. BAT is a coin I like fundamentally. We traded the breakout massively here, guys. When it came here, when it returned here, I posted a video about buying BAT, and BAT had a nice little rally. We had Ontology, guys. Ontology is another coin. So these are some of the coins that I like to have. And at the bottom, I've added these Binance IEOs. They love pumping. Binance IEOs, CELR, FET, Link. You need to always have Link Army. You need to always have Link. Link could be looking to breaking out as well. You could be looking to buy Link. Let's draw a Fibonacci. It might be the 618 zone. Yeah, you could be looking to buy Link around, the red moving average. This could be a potential setup I would be looking to play. But I'm mainly, like I said, interested in Ethereum, EOS, and Litecoin. Another coin that I like is Algo. I took a trade in Algo. Simple strategy, guys. You wait for a breakout, big volume coming in, and you buy the pullback to the red moving average. And this has been a nice little trade. And if let's have a look at the fib, I'm pretty sure this will be the 236 fib level, and it works sort of like keeps repeating itself trading. And if it breaks above this 236 fib level, guys, then Algo could be a coin that I'll be adding to my list of coins to buy. So it's more about experience. So I look at trend again. If you've subscribed to my trading course, you've got a video on trend. And that is the most simple way I actually trade. So I look at the trend when the trend is changing. So Litecoin, if you go back to my Litecoin video, a while back I made Litecoin video. I bought it because the weekly trend changed to an up. And in simple terms, it's higher, high, higher, low, and a higher high. So if Algo breaks out of here, you could potentially say it's trying to change the trend. And that's when you look to buy to see if you can carry on taking it higher. So that is why I'm interested in Algo, guys, for it to buy. So it goes up and then it comes back down, and you could buy the pullback, see if it can carry on. EOS is a coin that I'm in at the moment. You guys are aware, when I bought EOS, it's in the top 5 videos this month, and EOS have performed really well. I'm gonna make another update on the top 5 coins to buy in September, and EOS will definitely feature in there. If EOS might be pulling back, but my target is again the 236 level from higher time frame, and that is still a long way up. If it breaks down, I'll sell, and I'll look to buy it when it pulls back further. So these are the list of coins. I might post this again in the Facebook group if you guys are interested, or you can take a screenshot of it now and make a note of these coins. So these are the coins I always have on my watch list. Then I scan like 200 or whatever coins almost every week to see which is changing trend. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. I'm looking at those posts to see which coin is pumping. So Link is a coin that I saw people talking a lot about when Link, about 7 months ago, Chainlink. I made a video on Chainlink price prediction, and the reason why I did this was because I saw the hype, and you see it happen time and time again with Matic, Chainlink, people on Reddit, on Facebook groups, people keep pumping these coins, and I look at them, I go back to my chart, I use my strategy that I teach, the nice pullback strategy, and then it gives me a confidence. If people are hyping it up, and when everyone is buying, that's when you look to sell. And it's very simple, like it's buy the rumor, sell the news sort of event. With Litecoin, I got a lot of hate. I was buying Litecoin about 5-6 months ago. You can see that it was 8 months ago I was buying Litecoin, and then when I made my video on Litecoin buy the rumor, sell the news event, when was that? That was about 3 months ago, and you can see if you go back to Litecoin, that was near the top. And I didn't sell the top. I sold a lot of it at 100, and I think I sold a lot more. Where has it gone? Here. So I sold most of mine at 100, and then I think it was here. It was sell the news event, and it dumped. So again, it's a mixture of different things. So I look at charts. There's the coins that I've always have on my list, and then I look at social media to see which coins people are pumping. Any news events coming out, the coin seems to pump. Same thing happened with EOS, June the 1st, big news event. There was a nice rally leading up to June. So that is sort of what I use to look for coins, and then I set up trading alerts. So again, if you're on a free trading view account, you probably can't do it as much. So I set up an alert saying, look, if it breaks out above this, I'm gonna look to buy. If it breaks down below here, or if the price comes here, I'll look to buy. So that's sort of a simple overview of which coins I look at. Review on how you look at trend. So again, you might want to check out the course. I've got an hour-long video on trend analysis, how to use trend, when to buy, when to sell. I recommend you check that out. But I'm going to give you guys a quick update because some people were asking. So the simple term is, let's draw something here, why not? So you see price usually consolidates like this, and then it breaks out here. So you could look to buy the breakout, but what I like to do is, so this is sort of ranging price action, and then there's trending price action, which is like this. So when it's ranging like here, you don't make as much money. When you trade when it's trending, that's when you make more money. So in simple terms, this is two types of markets. So what I like to see is trending up. So when I'm looking to buy coins, I look to buy coins that are trending up. So that wasn't drawn properly. And if you look to, in simple terms, you want a higher high, so HH, higher high, then you want a higher low, and usually you'll see this higher low form at a Fibonacci level. I've not released my Fibonacci trading course yet. That will be coming out in the next month, I think. Let's have a look at higher low, and then we want a higher high above the previous higher high. I recommend you use the price action to do it. You could even change it into line chart to give a clear picture. This is a simple way of looking at higher highs and higher lows. That is sort of how I do it. You've not missed Chainlink and Matic. I might actually look at Chainlink and Matic. It's 2 seconds. I've lost my notes where all my questions were. So yeah, I've got Matic, Chainlink. I will be reviewing them, Eamon and John and Osama. But give me some time. I'm going through all these questions. I'm at question number 4 at the moment. I might look at those coins for you in a bit before I answer all the rest of the questions. If you've got any more coin requests, comment below. I think few people have requested VET, ADA. I'm going to look at those, and Zcash. So that's the first way of looking at trend. Again, I've got an hour video where you can look at everything, my analysis on trend. But that's one way, and the other way is you look at the moving average. So if you go back onto an hourly time frame, it will be easier to see. So when the 20, I don't know if you can see the blue line is the 50. And a simple way is when 20 is above the 50 moving average, it's in an uptrend. When 20 is below the 50 moving average, it is a downtrend. That is a very simple way of looking at it. So if you're, I know there's a guy, Rufio, he's interested in trading higher time frame trades. So he could usually look at, see whether the price, ask yourself whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend, and then ask yourself, is the price consolidating or is the price breaking out? So when the price is breaking out and 20 is above the 50, you look to buy. But when it's consolidating, you can't be doing that. So if trading strategy, one strategy work for any different market, everyone will be millionaires. It doesn't work like that. As a trader, you have to understand when it's a good place to when to use what strategy. So if you were using my moving average trading strategy here on a higher time frame, you would not have made money. You can still go down to the hourly time frames or the scalping video. I've got a scalping video free on YouTube, but more detailed one is on the crypto course. But I've shared my free strategy with you as well. You could do the free scalping, but if you look to trading daily time frame, you would need for it to break out. So wait for it to break out and then look to buy. And when you're doing just daily time frame, higher time frame trading, you might not get a trade on your strategy. So Bitcoin during this time, from September 2018 to almost, I think 2 months, is it? November 2018, you would not have got a trade because it's literally just trending. It's just ranging price action. And if you bought all the moving averages crossover, you would not have made money. Or you tried to buy trend changes. You'd sit down, you wait for it to break out of this range. Then once it breaks out, you look to buy. So that's a very simple strategy that you can use. I try to make because I know I spend up sometimes 20 hours a day looking at charts, set up alarms during midnight. I'm from the UK, so when the Asia Open, the Japan or the Asia market opens and there's some big moves, I've got alarms set on my phone. I have to wake up and trade. I know some people got full-time jobs and they can't do what I do, so you can look at this daily time frame and the simple strategies that you can learn, and then over time you can teach yourself to become a better trader. And again, you have to use, you can't just use my strategies. It never works like that. I've never seen anyone just to use my strategy and make it work. But if you use my techniques and make it your own strategy, that's how you succeed in this market. How do I use volume? Again, there will be a trading video like trend and support and resistance. I'm going to make a video just on volume. But at the moment I've not got the video out, but I will give you guys a quick update on what I'm seeing on volume. So when volume dries out, you're not really interested in buying, but when volume goes up, that's when it supports the move. So the price is going up but the volume is not increasing, you should get a bit worried. And when the price is going down, you want volume. You can't hide volume. Again, in cryptocurrency, a lot of the exchanges are manipulated. They have fake volume to attract people and fake out people. I suppose you can do that in stock market, but it's illegal to do it, and there's not as much wash trading. In crypto, there's so much wash trading to add fake volumes, so you have to look at different exchanges. So in simple terms, if you look at this Bitcoin move up, the volume, this is my volume moving average. You can use it. I'm gonna thicken it so you can see it. So this is the volume moving average, as you can see. So when Bitcoin was breaking out, the volume was breaking out above the moving average, as you can see. But when it's consolidating, the volume is going down. So in a way, this is bullish for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is moving sideways and there's not much selling going on. So if we see a big green candle and it breaks out above, that will be bullish for Bitcoin. So you want volume to validate. I can't even speak now. Let me have a sip of my coffee. So you want Bitcoin to validate your idea. That's it. I finally got my word out. Validate your trade idea. So you want it to confirm Bitcoin, the volume to confirm what it's doing. So that is a simple analysis on volume. I'm gonna make a bigger video talking about the intricacies of volume. One thing I look for is volume climax. So this is, I made a video of sell your Bitcoin video, and that was because of the volume climatic sell, and you'll see it quite a lot. This is a strategy that I don't teach because it's such a risky strategy, and you'll lose money if you don't know what you're doing. But here, guys, this was looking like a volume climax where, and people that are not that don't know about trading, they FOMO in, and you could call it a FOMO candle really. And a lot of people that were buying here, and the big investors and traders were selling here. Again, I saw my Bitcoin a bit lower. I didn't hodl. No one knows exactly where it will buy or sell. I like to get in again. I wish I had bought this breakout. I didn't buy this breakout. I think I got in during the Binance rumors here, and got some more here, and sold most of it here. I definitely buy more when it pulls back. I'm really gutted from my investing stack. So I've got a trading stack and an investing stack. I highly recommend you go watch my trading versus investing video. That video doesn't get as much views as my other videos because this is a bit boring. People like to hear about coins going to the moon like 300 or XRP videos. But learn from my mistake. Trading versus investing is a really good video where I talk about the differences, and people need to understand that. I think they say they're investing in Bitcoin for next 10 years, and they see an hourly red candle and say it's going down and sell. It doesn't work like that. So going back to I'll get distracted, but going back to my volume climax, you see sort of here there's a lot of sell, the volume increased massively, and then it trended up higher, and you see that happen again. The moves end. So this was a big move up, the volume was highest, and then it went down. So volume climax is another thing that I use to help me in my trading with the trend, but it's a small part of my trading. Like I said, I've got so many things. Again, I'm going through each of the trading strategies, from trending, from candlestick course to trends to support and resistance, and I'm slowly building up all these little knowledges, and I want you guys to start applying them so that you can use it for yourself. So what is the next question? Reviewing exchanges, right? Again, I don't want to review exchanges, but what I will say is how I suppose use which exchanges I use. So most of my money is in Coinbase. So I use Coinbase as my most for crypto. I use most of my money in Coinbase, and the main reason for that is I trust Coinbase more than some of the other exchanges. And if you've been in the market for a long time, you know some of the exchanges like Mt. Gox, people lost crazy amounts of money. And even recently, I think there was a South Korean exchange where it went bust and people lost all their money. So you have to be very, very careful on which exchanges you use. Again, I'm not saying these are bulletproof, but I believe Coinbase have an insurance company, and your funds are meant to be insured, and they follow all the American US regulatory systems, and US regulations are quite strong. So I believe Coinbase is a good. So most of my money is in Coinbase. I trade altcoins on Binance. Again, Binance is I think one of the safer exchanges, and the funds are meant to be SAFU. I'll write this down for you, so if you guys are new, a lot of people already know this, but I think you want just a bit more detail on how I trade. So my main exchange I use is Coinbase, and that's for Bitcoin and the major alts, if you want to say that. Then I use Binance for altcoin trading, but I don't have as much money in Binance. So like I said, if I make a 1% gain on Bitcoin and I get a 5% gain in altcoin, I'll still make more money trading on longing Bitcoin on Binance, because I've got more capital. So if, let's say again, I don't like talking about how much money I've got, and I don't want to share it online. It's personal information. But let's say one person has, I know, $10,000 in Coinbase, and it goes up 1%, then he'll make £100. But if he only has £1,000 on an altcoin, he's not going to make as much money. So if you're trading with £10,000 in Coinbase and a £1,000 in Binance, even if you catch small trades on your bigger account exchange, you'll make more money. And then I also use bitmex for Bitcoin margin trading. So these are the main exchanges I use for for trading for cryptocurrency. I used to use Bitfinex. I don't use it as now. I think the volume is literally dying out there, and they've had lots of rumors, so I don't really trade on Bitfinex as much. These are my main three ones. So and Coinbase, I buy longer term positions as well. Some exchanges, and I should probably talk about this as well. So there are some Bitcoins I've got it in my wallet, and this Bitcoin I will never touch. I'm gonna ride it to 100k, or I'll ride it to 0. That's sort of my kind of thoughts on it. So again, if you watch my Bitcoin trading and versus investing video, so I've got some Bitcoin on a cold storage wallet that I don't touch. I've got a lot of money in Coinbase as well, in dollar and Bitcoin terms, so I can buy and sell. And Binance is altcoin trading, so the signals that I provide in the educational group or the free Facebook group that I've got, you can see I'm usually charting the coins on Binance, and when there's a really good high probable trade on Bitcoin, I trade it on bitmex, on leverage trading. Please do not just open a leverage account and start trading if you haven't demo traded and profitably made money first. If you do that, you're going to lose your money. Please do not do it, because if you do it, like I said, you will actually lose money. You have to be very careful. This is a scary market. There are very clever people in this market that are waiting to take your money. You have to be very careful with your money. Hopefully that's answered your questions. Right, let's have a look at some altcoins. So XRP. So again, if you're trading long term, I made a video that I bought XRP for a quick bounce here. I sold XRP. I think I made the video. I'm selling all my XRP here, and it dumped like 27%. And when it came to this red zone, I bought some XRP and for a nice 10% gain, and that was a nice little trade. At the moment, guys, XRP, if it gets above this red zone, let's have a look where the Fibonacci level comes in again. Yeah, see, it comes in a bit higher, but I won't look to buy XRP unless, I mean, it needs to at least get above my red moving average. From a trading point of view, it is looking okay, as in it's moving sideways, but if it breaks down, I'm not going to look to buy. What I would like to do is I'll go down to the hourly time frame, and you can see this is a level it's hit so many times and it couldn't get above. So if it breaks above this red zone XRP, then it does my strategy that I teach, which is a pullback to my red moving average. If it does that, so if it breaks above, I'll keep you guys up to date in the group, but if it breaks above here, pullbacks to my red moving average, and then we'll buy it here to ride it up and take some profits off at this red zone, and then see if it can carry on. From a longer time point of view, it is at a zone where it needs to bounce from here. I don't know how low it can go. I mean, this is a place where you'd expect XRP to get a bid, Ripple XRP that is. I might make a video on the fundamentals on XRP. I have made a couple of videos on it. If you're investing, you don't buy it here. If you think XRP is going to go to $10, $100, again, I'm not saying that. I'm not investing in XRP. I'm mainly only investing in Bitcoin and not many other places. It's mainly Bitcoin that I trade, that I invest as well. The rest of them I don't invest as much. I would be looking to buy here, because you don't want to buy something that's gone up 10,000 or 1,000x. You buy it when it drops below here. So you'd be looking to buy sort of in this zone if you're looking to invest in XRP. But from a trading point of view, I've showed you a setup. I'd look for a breakout above to look to buy. I've closed the sticky notes again. So next is Neo. People seem to have commented on Neo. Neo is a coin that I like fundamentally, but it's not really done anything, has it? Yeah, it's a falling knife, guys. You don't want to be catching a falling knife. It's never a good idea. It's potentially come to a decent Fibonacci level. RSI is extremely oversold. Again, if you're looking to invest, you could look to buy it here, but I want to see a breakout. And I've got a funny feeling about altcoins. Altcoins are looking okay. Recently, I've made few videos on potential altcoin season. People have been really bullish on altcoin, but if you check my recent videos out, altcoins could be doing something nice. So definitely look for altcoins, guys. And yes, this video is recorded, so if you've asked me questions, I'm going to try and do this quite a lot. So if you want to ask me questions again for next week or in a couple of weeks time, send me messages and I'll try to answer your questions. And if you rewatch, you can watch all the questions being answered. So that's EOS. Again, this has been a really good trade for me. EOS, where's my EOS gone? I'm sure EOS is on my watch list. There we go. So I'll trade EOS, so I know it's on my watch list. So yeah, EOS has a daily time frame change. So if you're aware of Elliott waves, this is a move that looks impulsive, and when you see an impulsive moves, it usually pulls back and it continues that move. So here, guys, you can see a massive impulsive move. It pulled back and then moved again. Even from a daily time frame, it's a nice consolidation, big move. Again, if you talk about the volume question someone asked me, when it moved up, you can see the volume increase. Then the volume died down, then big volume came in. And again, if you had just drawn this bull flag, you could have bought it at the move up. Or if you go down to the hourly time frame, you could look to buy pullbacks. So EOS is a coin that I'm actually in. Again, I'm not just saying after the fact. If you're joining my, if you're in my Facebook group, or if you subscribe and turn on the notification button on YouTube, you are aware that I've made that top 5 videos about a week ago, and I talked about EOS in that video, and I talked about exactly where I was looking to buy and sell. I bought my EOS. I bought my EOS here, and that was a nice little trade for me. And I traded that, was it on bitmex? I think that was a leverage trade that I took as well, so that was a nice little trade for me. That's EOS. The next one is Matic. So I know a few people have asked about Matic and Link. I'm going to look at those two coins. Again, you can see these coins, why I have them on my watch list, because everyone wants to buy them. These are very hyped up coins and people really like them. So Matic, guys, it didn't break out. I was really bullish on Matic. I made a couple of videos saying potentially can break out above this. This was the main level I was looking at, but it just didn't break out. I bought some Matic here during the pullback. It didn't break out, and it's looking to break down. At the moment, it is finding some support at the red zone. There's some Fibonacci confluence as well. So you could, if you really like Matic, it's not a trade I'm taking. You could buy Matic. Well, if it pulls back here, you could look to buy Matic here. You could look to buy Matic here, guys, and then have your stop below, see if that works. Or you could wait for Matic to, if you're really trading shorter time frame, wait for a Matic to break out above here and buy a pullback to the moving average. But at the moment, I'm not too interested in Matic. If there are better setups that I like trading in. Ren is another coin I'm keeping an eye out for. Maybe I should add Ren to my watch list as well. I did take a trade on Ren. Again, you can go watch my video, the top 5 video. I've got Ren in there. It had a very nice breakout. Wow, that would have been a nice trade, guys. So this is another coin that I'm probably going to add it to my list, because Ren seems to pump quite hard. So that was my thoughts on Matic. Let's have a look at Link. So Link, 618 level was a level I was going to look to buy, but it seems to have literally just smashed through that now. So my next level would be sort of these two zones, the 786 zone, and there's some confluence here as well, the 50 weekly moving average. So those will be the two levels I'd be looking to buy on Link. Just potentially a falling wedge here as well. In cryptocurrency, I don't trade them in forex, but these falling wedges work quite well. There's a trade in Bitcoin that was kind of profitable. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin one. That was on a shorter time frame. This falling wedge, it broke out and had a nice rally. Falling wedges works quite well, so I'll be keeping an eye out for this. What I will do is, again, someone asked me how do I look at altcoins. I'll probably set up an alert here. So if it breaks above it, it's going to alert me. I'm going to look to trade it, wait for a setup. If you want to, from investment or longer term trades point of view, I'd probably wait for it to break down a bit lower. Is there RSI? There's not even RSI divergence, I don't think. Yeah, there's no RSI divergence there. So yeah, these are two levels. So 1300 zone and then 10,000 zones. So those are two zones I would be looking to buy. Link, unless it breaks out here and pulls back and gives me an pullback to my moving average strategy. So yeah, Paul, Armin, Javed, Osama, if you these are questions you asked. If you've got any other coins, I would be looking at it. Yeah, KuCoin. I mean, especially with my Binance banning US investors, a lot of money is going into KuCoin. So I have got a KuCoin account, but I've only got KuCoin in there. And if you check my video, KuCoin, I do own some KuCoin, and I think they can work the KuCoin shares. But there are a lot of coins that don't have as much volume. So if you want to trade big on them, you might have liquidity issues. So I've still not gone all in on KuCoin just yet, but I do have a KuCoin account. So those are my analysis on the coins. And my last question was trading other markets. So I think I'm going to answer that at the end. Let's have a look at the other coin requests people have made. So VET, ADA, and Zcash. VET is on my list as well. It's a coin that I used to like, especially what they're trying to do with supplying, and I found it quite interesting how it can improve that. So I was really interested in this coin, but once it started breaking below this level, and then it couldn't get above, and it's in such a downtrend. It's not a coin that you'd be looking to trade really. You can see there's a potential trend change there, but it couldn't hold above this. It went down, and it's not a coin that from a trading point of view you'd be looking to buy. The volume is literally non-existent volume. I think they had some partnership news come out and the pricing go up as much. So yeah, I won't really be interested in VeChain at the moment. I've told you the coins that I'm interested in. Algo is a coin that I'm looking to trade. If it breaks out above there, I'm gonna buy. I've talked about Ren is a coin. RVN had a great setup. I missed this setup, but this was a nice setup. Pull back to my moving average, and boom, this was a really nice setup trade. And some people who use Heikin-Ashi, you could have used Heikin-Ashi with my moving average comparison to buy it here. This is the exact strategy. I've not released my Heikin-Ashi video in the trading group. I'm going to release that. I'm going to make a detailed video on how I use Heikin-Ashi and how to not use Heikin-Ashi. I think a lot of people use Heikin-Ashi the wrong way. So these are coins that I'm interested in buying, and XRP as well, guys. XRP, if it pulls back, there's my moving averages here. So around the 25 cents, I think it might be a good Fibonacci level. Yeah, it's the 618 level. Someone asked me about XRP. I'm gonna look to buy XRP around the 618 level. If the volume comes back in, I might even set up a trading alert and look to buy XRP at this level. Some people are asking for live setups or live trading. So yeah, let's have a look at. So I've looked at VET, looked at ADA. I'll have a look at ADA for you. ADA is a coin that has got really interesting fundamentals, and I like reading up about it. In my recent video of top 5 coins to buy before 2020 long term, ADA is in that list, so you can find out more about ADA in that video. From a fundamental point of view, from a trading point of view, I bought ADA here. This was a loss, so this was one of my biggest trades on altcoins this year. It was a nice little rally, and I posted this video. Inverted head and shoulders breakout, nice trade. I bought some here because I thought this support my hold, but I lost that trade. It broke down. I traded ADA here again. There was some daily divergence. You can see divergence coming in. I bought at the breakout here. That was a nice little trade. Again, you win some, you lose some, but you need to take both the wins and the losses. From an investing point of view, you'd want to see ADA break above here, if about the 500 zone. If ADA breaks out, as you can see, it's a massive Fibonacci level. excuse me, if ADA breaks out above there, I'm going to be looking to buy ADA. If ADA breaks below this level, guys, I won't be interested in ADA at all. So I really do not want ADA to break down below here, guys. That will be bearish for ADA. So we need to see ADA break above for me to be interested in ADA, guys. It's not too much else I'm looking at for ADA at the moment. It's not a coin that I'm looking to trade, but if ADA can get above that red zone, it will be interesting. But there are better setups. This is not in an uptrend. Trade coins that are in an uptrend. You're going to thank your wallet massively. Especially EOS, guys. EOS might be running out of steam soon. These are two levels I'm looking at where it can maybe find some resistance. It will probably find some resistance at the 618 level. So that's why you should be in here, not at the top. But EOS is still looking okay. Lastly, Zcash, before I'll talk about trading other markets. Okay, yeah, Zcash is trying to do something interesting here. So if you remember trend, I'm gonna talk about trend so much because that is the technical analysis basics. Everyone needs to, if you even invest in coins, you need to know about trend analysis, and it's probably the most important video you can watch. This is doing what I've been telling about: higher high, higher low. We need to see a higher high, also above the 200 moving average as well. So this is a very, very key level. If I might even look to buy a pullback in Zcash. Wow, what a setup that is. You might want to take a screenshot of that because that's literally like the perfect trade from my strategy. So yeah, Zcash is looking okay. It's not too bad. What I will say is a break above 465. A break above 465 and I'll be in Zcash. So whoever suggested Zcash, it's not looking too bad. Yeah, link's not doing anything. Right, so that's all the questions answered. It's already about an hour-long video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. So trading other markets. So I always talk about in my educational group that I'm mainly trading Forex and oil and crypto. I make videos more on crypto because people seems to be more interested in my crypto content. But I make my living, I make most of my money trading Forex and oil. And oil is one that I love trading. It works really well with my strategy and it trends quite well. It trends really well. So oil is something that I trade a lot. Euro dollar as well, that trends quite well and it's sometimes spiky. Aussie New Zealand is a Forex pair that I like. Pound dollar, I don't do very well on this one because looking at my analysis and data, it's not a coin that I Forex pair that I do that well. So I always say trading other markets. If you look at Bitcoin at the moment, Bitcoin is consolidating, and when it's consolidating, trading is not as favorable. So when market is trending, you can make more money because you can buy, you get big moves. When it's in sideways consolidation, you can't make money. So when you see that happen in Bitcoin, what you should be looking at doing is trading other coins. So trading other markets. So gold is a market that has been crazy, broke out of a massive zone. I think it's a weekly or monthly zone. Let this level, broke out and had a massive rally. As you can see, it has a massive rally. So you should be looking to sort of trade oil or gold. And I'm bullish on gold and Bitcoin. You know, people choose either one or the other. I'm bullish on gold and Bitcoin, and gold is something could be a potential hedge in terms, you know, comparing it to Bitcoin, where, you know, Bitcoin and gold, I think Bitcoin is more of a competitor, or you can't call it competitor, similar to gold and dollar. I think it will work as a store of value. So I'm very, from a fundamental point of view, with the current economic situation and potential downtrend, I think gold can be crazy in the coming future, and it can go even higher. I think it will pull back now. It's had a massive rally, as you can see. You can probably, if you look at the volume climax that I talked about, it's probably done that, and it's probably moving back. I'm going to look to buy gold 100%, definitely, maybe for a big bounce, or buy. So I mean, if gold pulls back to around the 1300 level, I would love to buy some long gold, spot gold, and just hold gold for the next upcoming months to a year, because that could be a very, very good trade. So I definitely recommend you guys look at different trading. I mean, I can't really talk about exchanges that you trade on. It depends on which country you're from. It varies massively on whether you want to spread bet. In the UK, we can spread bet, and then there's, you know, the futures account you can use, lot size you can trade. So there's different ways of trading. If you're new, probably, I can't, again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to trade oil using my strategy, there's 2 guys in the group that have taken up trading oil in my group, and they seem to be doing quite well. If you want to do that, you could, if you're from the UK, you could do spread betting, or if you're from America or another part of the world, you can use CFD, and they trend really well. You know, this would have been a sell. This was almost a perfect setup for me to buy, and using candlestick pattern and my strategy, this works quite well in oil, guys. So that is sort of my update on trading other markets. I didn't know what the question was. Is it how I trade? I mean, I could make a video on oil explaining to you details on how I trade. I wasn't really sure about your question. I just gave you an overview, and I recommend people that, you know, trying to trade crypto, look at other markets. When Bitcoin is ranging like this, you could be making money in other markets. So that brings the end to my video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Apologies for starting it a bit late. There was an issue with my. I've had some technical difficulties. I'm gonna go back to making weekly educational videos. So next week there will be an educational video out in the group, and I'm not sure which one I'll make it on. I've got 2 ideas that I'll make it on. It will be the RSI, or it will be the moving averages one. Again, this is the main indicator that I use, so I recommend you guys look to trade the moving average one, because that is one of the key indicators I use for my trading strategy. So yeah, it will be on chart patterns like head and shoulders, bull flags, bear flags, pennants. It might be on that, or it will be on the RSI. So it will be one of those. I'll let you guys know which one it is on. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you have enjoyed it, guys, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification button. It really helps me out, guys. I put a lot of effort into this video, providing this content for you. So you can turn on the notification button, and if you're interested in learning about my trading group, I'll leave the links below. You can join my trading group for a few cups of coffee's worth of money there, and then potential gains of learning technical analysis. I highly recommend you check that group out. And finally, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. Apologies for the issues, the technical difficulties. This was meant to be a private video, but I think it's looking like it's gone public, so I'm not sure actually what's going on. But anyways, thank you very much. Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon with another great video. Thank you very much.